Hello, everyone. Coming up here on the NXT 2.0 Ring Report. Yes, I'm your host, Kendrick Dix. Coming up, Cruiserweight Championship title bout coming up as Kushida defending his Cruiserweight Championship against Roger Strong. And Roger Strong, could he take the Diamond Mine? Can he take the Cruiserweight Championship back to the Diamond Mine with their first piece of gold? Also, too, NXT champion, newly crowned NXT champion, Tommaso Ciampa, address the NXT universe and what's next for Ciampa going forward. And this lovely trio right here, lead by the lovely Mandy Rose with that new gorgeous brunette hair. Mandy Rose showing her brunette style, her brunette ways. We'll get to the latest on what's going on with Mandy Rose and what's next for Fatal Attraction or Total Attraction or whatever. It don't matter. Mandy Rose is part of the group. It's Mandy's Attraction. That's what it is. We'll get to the latest with all this going on, including what's heading up on NXT as the Pro Wrestling Show starts right after this. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this edition of the Pro Wrestling Show presents the NXT 2.0 edition Ring Report. I'm your host, as always, Kendrick Dix here. Glad you can join us here on the NXT 2.0 Ring Report. But first things first, join in the conversation using the hashtag Pro Wrestling here on Connect. And don't forget to subscribe. Subscribing is caring. Tell a friend, call a friend, hit that subscribe button so you won't miss a thing here as we get to the NXT 2.0 Ring Report. And we'll have hot topics later on the show. In case you missed something, we'll still talk about Ric Flair, Dark Side Rings situation, what's heading with that, and Tommy Dreamer as well. All right, let's get started with the NXT 2.0 report. On the NXT Ring Report tonight, what NXT it was, and what a way it kicked off with the new NXT champion, Tommaso Ciampa. Tommaso Ciampa addressed the NXT crowd about winning Goldie back. Tommaso Ciampa winning back the NXT championship that he defeated in a fatal four-way to win the vacated title. The likes of LA Knight, Kyle O'Reilly scheduled being it, Von Warner, which I don't even get why he was in the match in the beginning. I think we found out that he was Miss McMahon's pet project, so he could be like an edge in a way or whatever. And somebody else, I forgot. Well, the situation got crowded. There's a lot of people trying to jockey position going against the new NXT champion. Even Braun Breaker, who made a debut last week, he wants the jockey position to be kind of like next in line. The NXT title. You see Carmelo Hayes with Trent Williams or something like that, and some new people, and Odyssey Jones as well. Well, Tommaso Ciampa trying to address the NXT crowd. Even this dude, I don't even know who this dude is right here. He made a point to call out Ciampa. Even Cameron Grimes wanted a piece of Ciampa, wanted a piece of the championship as well, wanted a title shot. But Pete Dunne came out there and staked his claim that he wants a championship match as well. So a lot of people aiming for position for a championship match. And next thing you know, we go up on a Tuesday. Got your girl in the club on Tuesday. Remember that song? But they was fighting on a Tuesday. Indeed. Everyone trying to fight, jockeying position. Gotta wonder, like, who suited for NXT title? Well, Pete Dunne and Ridge Holland got away from the brawl, left high and dry. But who's standing in the ring? Braun Breaker and Tommaso Ciampa. They might as well call Braun Breaker. Come on, he got heritage. WWE, I don't know what WWE problem is. I think it's probably Scott Steiner, his uncle. But his dad calls him a Steiner. The heritage, come on, he looks like a Steiner. He acts like a Steiner. Come on now. You're crazy. Well, we kick things off with the Cruiserweight Championship match as well. Kushida defended the Cruiserweight Championship against #1 contender Roderick Strong. And what a matchup this was going to be after Kushida took it to Roderick Strong. Roderick Strong trying to use his backbreaker techniques, his technical wrestling skills, and technical wrestling expertise. As you see right here, Kushida trying to come back. Roderick Strong trying to come back. Kushida's high fly intensity. Even Roderick Strong did the belted back suplex. Kushida tried to apply the arm bar lock to Roderick Strong. Roderick Strong managed to kick out from it and used the strong hold and got the 1, 2, 3. And now Roderick Strong holding gold. Roderick Strong is now the new WWE Cruiserweight NXT champion. Roderick Strong now holding the Cruiserweight title. You see right there, Roderick Strong holding the Cruiserweight Championship. He joins greats like Flying Brian Pillman, Rey Mysterio, and the list goes on. So, there you go. Also, too, women's action. I forgot that girl named Kylie Ray was in action against some jobber. Kylie Ray won. The jobber tried to fight back. Kylie Ray used that move. I forgot that stretch move. Even she did that little sucker punch and did the drop kick as well. But Kylie Ray proving herself to the masses. Also, too, was this this match. I don't even know what this was going on. German suplex and did another move, and I guess that person won. I don't know who this guy is right here. Anyone can tell me? But he talked. He talked. He was trying to give out a speech. Next thing you know, Cameron Grimes came out there, and I think he defeated Cameron Grimes. I don't know who this guy is. Cameron Grimes got his latest feud now. Ever since Cameron Grimes went with Ted DiBiase, he's been kind of trying to get his you know what, back together. So we'll see what's gonna go on. I really don't know who this guy is, but everyone knows out there, please tell me, because I don't know. Also, too, got this woman name, but she's in La Familia. She wants her piece of B-Fab. She showed her presence tonight. She did a move and did a power bomb and got the 1, 2, 3. She won the match, and then she said she wants B-Fab immediately. I forgot this girl's name, but I'll kind of know her name soon. Girl says she issued a challenge to B-Fab. B-Fab from Hit Row came out there, wanted a piece of it. B-Fab acting like they in the club for real. You can tell. You can tell. Also, too, Odyssey Jones, the NXT, who kind of resemble Keith Lee. Going on with Keith Lee and have a mixture of Keith Lee and Mark Henry. Well, Odyssey Jones took on 2 men tonight. He did his business, and you see right here, they was trying to he kind of did a power move right there, threw one of them off, and then he stacked the deck on them right here with this crossbody, and then too he did it again, stacked them again, and won the match. But this dude out here tried to attack Odyssey. Odyssey blocked him with the chair shot. Come on, dude. You got to be a little bit smarter than that. You know you're dealing with unman-made human. So think about it. Hopefully, like someone told me that they don't take him to the main roster and do what they did with Keith Lee, but they really ain't using Keith Lee the way they use. And Mark Henry won the position. And you see what happened to him. He took his ball and went to AEW. Speaking of that, Toxic Attraction. Mandy Rose's new female fatale group. Mandy Rose with the new blonde brunette look. Mandy Rose, we just known her for having blonde hair for so long. You see right here, Mandy Rose, before she was in NXT, she changed her look. So Mandy Rose now with a a brunette, sultry look. Sultry brunette look. Yeah, Mandy Rose look even 10 times better than she did when she was a blonde. Mandy Rose, she can look like she can play a blonde. She looks good with that hair. Man, Mandy Rose means some business. I mean, she means serious business. You can tell. Look at her. She looks better. Mandy Rose sent a message that she wants a title shot for the NXT Women's Championship. We know next week that Raquel Gonzalez will defend her NXT Championship against Frankie Monet. We're waiting for that. And that's going to happen next week on NXT when Frankie Monet and Raquel Gonzalez clash for the NXT Women's Championship. Don't be surprised if Mandy Rose and company gets involved one way or another. Mandy Rose look good with that hair. Also, too, Braun Breaker, the main event, teamed up with NXT champion Tommaso Ciampa to take on Ridge Holland and Pete Dunne. And see Braun Breaker using his athletic ability with a tie up on Ridge Holland, both of them collegiate. And you see Pete Dunne taking it to Tommaso Ciampa, the drop kick. Pete Dunne want to be NXT champion so bad. Even Tommaso Ciampa taking Pete Dunne onto the announcer's table. And Braun Breaker, power versus power, strength versus strength. Braun Breaker went against Ridge Holland in the match. Even Ridge Holland took Braun Breaker with a clothesline right here. Both men clotheslined each other, leaving both men out. Next thing you know, Tommaso Ciampa tried to get the upper hand and Pete Dunne tried to use the stick. Tommaso Ciampa grabbed him and did his move, and that was it. And you see right here, Tommaso Ciampa. Tommaso Ciampa and Braun Breaker won the match with the help of Kyle O'Reilly taking it to Ridge Holland, and you see Braun Breaker using that sprint slam to make the 1-2-3. All right, that ends the NXT Ring Report. Don't forget that this week we'll have the Extreme Rules Predict the Outcome show here on the Pro Wrestling Show here on Connect TV. Look for that coming out this way this Sunday, dropping this Sunday. So look for that Screaming Sunday. So we'll have all the matches, the previews, the predictions, you name it. We're gonna have it for you this weekend, this Sunday, especially. So if you want to watch Extreme Rules, the full event, and watch it on Peacock. But if you want to get a preview and predictions, watch us. So we give you the latest match previews. Who's going to leave out Extreme Rules with titles and with victories? We'll tell you that. All right. Let's move a little bit further right quick to Hot Topics. All right. On Hot Topics this week. Now, we know Daniel Bryan is having the biggest match of his career tomorrow night. But he wanted to stop by and tell WWE thank you. And thank you indeed. He did write a letter piece saying thank you to WWE for the moments, for the hospitality, for him to get what he needed to get. So Daniel Bryan wrote an op-ed telling the people, telling everyone, including Mr. McMahon, thank you. And saying he wished people would know how Mr. McMahon would be if they would have known. But and people just don't know. So only time will tell on that. Also, too, is the situation continued to get worse. We know that Tommy Dreamer, who was appeared on Dark Side of the Ring and aired his comment about the plane ride from hell, especially the comments towards the female attendant who claims Ric Flair had sexually assaulted her, and Tommy Dreamer felt a little bit insensitive to what was going on with her. Well, Tommy Dreamer, we told you, he's been suspended by his employer, Impact Wrestling. He's been suspended on the Busted Open podcast. So Tommy Dreamer getting the double folds of punishment. And even Dreamer went on social media and posted this, saying, regarding my comments made on Dark Side of the Ring, it was never my intention to offend or hurt or the victim, shame anyone. Understand my comments were insensitive and could trigger emotions in someone's own personal past. I do not condone sexual misconduct of any kind. I apologize to anyone I offended from the bottom of my heart, Tommy Dreamer. And I quote. So Dreamer receiving the backlash right Chris Taylor went home. But Tommy Dreamer knows better. He should know better. And Jim Cornette and Brian Last on their little podcast show saying, I know Jim Cornette didn't got kids, but Dreamer, Last got kids and got daughters. And Brian Last made a good point. Like, you're a parent, Well, if you was in that situation and you know, your daughters would have got sexual assaulted, you wouldn't want to kill somebody. Now, if I have a daughter as well, if I did, I would want to kill that. Me. I would want to get to the bottom of what's going on. You don't touch my kid. Stuff like that. You gotta look at stuff like that because there's some sick, cruel, mean people out here in this world, and it shouldn't get to that point. And we need to respect each other's privacy. If people don't like you and don't want to be with you, fine, move on. Find somebody else. That's all you do. Find somebody else that likes you for who you are, not just you trying to force them and stuff. Sometimes you gotta think about that. And that comes with the Ric Flair situation as well. Nature Boy Ric Flair even made a second apology, and he's trying to clear his name whatsoever. I wouldn't be surprised if Ric Flair tried to sue Dark Side of the Ring for shed a bad light on him. Ric Flair, like, I don't even want. I'm trying to get away from that. So hopefully Ric Flair might be weighing his options. You never know. He was supposed to come in AEW. That was rumors report, but we haven't heard that yet. Also, too, former WWE champion, WWE Hall of Famer, Superstar Billy Graham is having health problems. So keep our prayers for Superstar Billy Graham at this time. Here's the funniest tweet I ever heard. Paige had an issue with a publisher, and they mistaken her for Diamond Dallas Page of her boyfriend, and people went crazy. I mean, I like, wow. I didn't know Paige's boyfriend was cheating on her with Diamond Dallas Page. I know the DDP Yoga and stuff, but I guess the reporter didn't do his homework. His or her didn't do their homework, and it just made the bad press like that. Also, too, WWE releasing this from with A&E partnerships. I might buy this for Christmas. Yeah, I might buy this. They got the Legend series, Volume 1 and Volume 2. If you recall, WWE did this past spring, when they feature all 8 legends, including Macho Man Randy Savage, The Ultimate Warrior, Bret the Hitman Hart, Stone Cold Steve Austin, Mick Foley, Shawn Michaels, and Roddy Piper, and King Booker. All of them was 8 great docu-series that shed light on the wrestlers' profiles, the personal issues, and what they went through and how they overcame it. So I recommend if hey, if you want to, if you want just a good Christmas stocking stuff for somebody who like me, who's gonna want it. Also, too, Ricky Starks, AEW FTW champion. The Now he's a wrestler slash commentator, and he replaced Mark Henry on the mic. Thank God. I told somebody Mark Henry is suited from the back as being that main event host. Like, he ain't the mean gene. He just knows how to see what the opponent's going through. So Ricky Stark, they're gonna come commentator. Jericho funny too. Taz brings good insight. Taz been commentating Bound for Glories, WrestleMania. So Taz know how to commentate. Excalibur getting good as well. So all the pieces are coming to play. And we told you this past week, yesterday, that the AEW having the partnership with the Owen Hart Foundation, that they're going to do the Owen Cup, as well as Owen's merchandise, as well as a game on the AEW game, the upcoming game. Owen Hart will be a part of that as their legend. So, I mean, this is something that many people didn't see coming. I mean, WWE could have been doing this, but they're not going to do it with WWE. And to see AEW champion Kenny Omega quote, and he said this: Owen Hart to this day remains a huge inspiration to so many around the globe. It's an incredible honor to work with the family on a number of projects moving forward, all his name and all for the fantastic cause. And Chris Jericho put out Owen Hart is All elite. So Owen Hart making, well, he might not be here in earth and in spirit, but Owen Hart's legacy will continue on and will continue in AEW with the Owen Hart Cup. So a lot to be proud of. I mean, why don't WWE don't do that with Macho Man Randy Savage or none of them? They got the Ultimate Warrior with the Warrior Award. No, stuff like that. Sentimental. All right. That ends Hot Topics. They're going to end our show. Tomorrow, we'll have the AEW Grand Slam ring report. So the highlights, the ring reports, stuff for AEW, what happened, and the latest. So for me being Kendrick Dick saying so long, we'll see you tomorrow night. Well, not tomorrow night. We'll see you tomorrow night for AEW, but we'll see you tomorrow for the predicted outcome for AEW Grand Slam. I've been your host, Kendrick Dick saying so long. We'll see you next time.